The economy will collapse at the hands of the feds. Jim Rogers' final alert. Those involved in the financial markets know who Jim Rogers is. But for those who aren't familiar with him, he is the chairman of Beeland Interests Inc., a well-known investor and a global entrepreneur. Recently, Rogers has issued a dire warning for every American and is sounding the alarm about the most severe bear market anyone will experience in their lifetime. He believes that the world is currently experiencing the most severe crisis in its history, as indicated by the inevitable collapse of empires, financial institutions, and poor political decisions. In line with this, he offers his advice on how to protect yourself from being crushed by the impending catastrophe. Hello and welcome to another video of Finance Sense, where we cover all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. Before we start, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below if you enjoyed watching this video, and turn on the notification bell to keep posted. And now, without further ado, let's start. History shows that no nation has ever maintained its dominance for more than 100 to 200 years. They reached their peak and then began to decline, leading Jim Rogers to conclude that the United States is no different from any other. But he asserts that one issue with history is that its lessons aren't always understood by modern society. Like most investors, Rogers believes that the United States is currently the world's biggest debtor nation. It has military bases in more than 100 different nations. Overall, it has overextended itself financially, economically, and militarily. According to Rogers, now is not a good time to be young in the United States because the future that the younger generation is going to inherit is just mind-boggling. Rogers stated, "I've got 2 teenage kids, and it disturbs me. I don't have to pay for any of this, which is a benefit of being older. They are borrowing a lot of money and spending it all. It is beneficial to me, but it is not beneficial to the future." About 100 years ago, Great Britain was not only the wealthiest, but also the most powerful country in the world. The symptoms, which include the printing of money, high levels of debt, and other issues, have always led to the kinds of problems that we are always looking out for, and now they are on their way to becoming a reality. In addition, based on his own personal experience and observations, Rogers believes that all of this newly printed money must be spent on something. Building a factory or a bridge takes a long time, but purchasing anything online is simple and convenient. Everyone has a lot of money lying around and some in their pockets, and a lot of money is being invested in financial assets. Will that stay forever? It never has, but you think that perhaps this time it will. According to Rogers, history demonstrates that there have been times when the stock market in a variety of nations has done extraordinarily well. But this has not resulted in individuals becoming wealthy. What actually matters is producing a lot of money for individuals in a foreign currency so that they can go out and buy whatever it is that they want to buy, whether it be a suit, a car, or something else entirely. Rogers expressed that he holds a different opinion and that it's possible this time will be different. The current Secretary of the Treasury of the United States, Janet Yellen, has stated, "Don't worry. We have fixed the problems. We won't experience economic issues once more." But Rogers disagrees and contends that when problems do arise in the United States, they will be catastrophic. Since 2008, global debt levels have increased dramatically by enormous amounts. Accordingly, from Rogers' point of view, the next time the United States experiences a crisis, it will be the worst of his lifetime, given that the debt continues to increase on a daily basis. Rogers remarked, "I know what that cost in 2008, and it's going to be worse next time. At some point in the future, the United States may potentially go through a period of hyperinflation." Meanwhile, Britain did not experience hyperinflation, unlike Venezuela, but the situation was still quite severe. Over a few decades, the value of its currency fell by 80% in relation to the US dollar. In comparison, Rogers stated that Zimbabwe was once the wealthiest nation in the British Empire, but Mr. Mugabe learned how to destroy the country, and he did. It took a long time, but he eventually wrecked the nation, leading to extreme inflation. Although the US may be moving in the right direction, according to Rogers, I don't think we'll have it that quickly in the US. Don't panic just yet, but that doesn't rule out catastrophic inflation, a decline in living standards, or even a decrease in the value of the currency. And meanwhile, even though the typical individual may not be able to purchase very much with the money they get from Social Security, they will still be paid. In Russia, they continue to pay the Soviet retirement obligations, although it's of little benefit. According to Rogers, the United States will not experience this form of default, but the value of its currency will undoubtedly continue to fall, and everyone is aware that the dollar is no longer what it once was. And the Fed, as per Rogers, is not on your side. All they really care about is keeping their jobs. They are just concerned with keeping their own jobs, not yours or your children's, and they accomplish this by printing money, spending a lot of it, and keeping interest rates low. But ultimately, the market will cease to behave in line with their set of rules, and the central bank will no longer have any control over it. Rogers suggested that it is advisable to keep a small amount of silver and gold in your closet in case things go south, since these assets will help you during difficult situations. Moreover, Rogers asserted that the bond market is unquestionably in a bubble. He said that he wouldn't consider buying bonds until a special occasion or circumstance arises, since bonds have never been this expensive in human history. Meanwhile, Rogers claims that real estate is becoming a bubble in several cities. Most nations, including New Zealand and Korea, are now dealing with real estate bubbles. Similarly, if you look at stocks, some of them are also starting to develop bubbles. For example, Apple and Samsung each see a daily increase in their stock prices. As per Rogers, while some of these increase daily around the globe, many do not, which means that the stock market is not yet generally in a bubble. So, Rogers said he would definitely look at some stocks and maybe invest if he liked them. But when he examines certain asset classes, he claims that the single cheapest asset is commodities. For instance, oil and silver are both down 50% from their all-time highs, while sugar is down 70%. I am the worst at timing the market and the worst at short-term trading in the world. I've been investing for a long time, so I know that's true, said Rogers. Even if corrections are occurring, Rogers said that he is not rushing out to purchase just yet. However, he noted that several countries, such as India, are being compelled to sell large quantities of gold and silver in order to survive. Overall, it is pretty evident from history that individuals have always gravitated to gold and silver when they lose faith in institutions like governments and money. Hi, we hope that watching this video was interesting and that you learned something valuable. If you enjoyed it, please hit the notification button, like, subscribe, and watch more of our videos. Also, don't forget to share your comments in the comment section below. This is Finance Sense, helping you stay current on all the most recent changes in the financial markets and economy. Stay safe and look out for the next video.